Hundreds of people saw him alive. Let's talk about that. We've been talking about the Apostles' Creed and trying to memorize all that it teaches us together. And our message today is about the resurrection of Jesus. The Apostles' Creed says, "The third day he rose again from the dead." In 1 Corinthians 15, 4-8, it lists at least 515 or more people who saw Jesus alive after he'd been buried in the tomb. And this is what it says: that he was buried, and he was raised to life on the third day, as the scriptures say, and that he showed himself to Peter, and then to the 12 apostles, and after that, Jesus showed himself to more than 500 of the believers at the same time. Most of them are still living today, but some have died. Then Jesus showed himself to James and later to all the apostles. Last of all, Paul writes in 1 Corinthians 15, he says, "Last of all, Jesus showed himself to me as if I was a person not born at the normal time." If you add all those up just in these verses, it's over 515 people. The Bible also tells us in John 20 that Jesus first appeared to a woman named Mary Magdalene. Were these people crazy, all these people? Were they lying? Or were they telling the truth? Jesus tells us himself in Luke 24:39. He says, "Look at my hands. Look at my feet. It is I myself. Touch me." He says, "You can see that I have a living body. A ghost does not have a body like this." They weren't dreaming, they weren't lying, and they weren't crazy. They were telling the truth. Jesus was alive. But what does the resurrection teach us? Well, first of all, it teaches us that the resurrection isn't just for Easter. The resurrection of Jesus is for every day. And the resurrection of Jesus teaches us that we are forgiven. Jesus died, but because of his resurrection, it proves that the Father accepted his perfect sacrifice and that we can be forgiven. And it says in Romans 1:4, he was declared to be God's Son with great power by rising from death. The wages of sin is death, but Jesus conquered death. He conquered death and paid the wages of sin, and Jesus lives, and that is good news for us. Also, Jesus' resurrection teaches us that life doesn't end at death. Because of Jesus' resurrection, we don't need to fear death. Why? Well, just like Jesus, we will be resurrected one day. Someday, you and I, who love Jesus, if we put our faith and trust in him, will be with him forever. The Apostles' Creed says the third day he rose again from the dead. And the Bible says something about if you believe this. In Romans 10:9, if you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord, and if you believe in your heart that God raised him from death, then you will be saved. You know, myriads and myriads of people over the last 2,000 years believe that Jesus rose from the dead. I believe it. Do you? If you like this message, subscribe to our channel for other videos, and I'll see you next time.